Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. We got some 1961 pre-bat league games coming at you. We got the Baltimore Orioles taking on the Washington Senators. And let's take a look at the starting lineups. We got leading off for the Orioles playing center field, Baby Doll Jacobson. Batting second playing right field, Jack Tobin. Batting third playing first base, George Sisler. Batting fourth playing left field, Ken Williams. Batting fifth playing third base, Horland Clift. Batting sixth doing the catching, Rick Farley. Batting seventh playing second base, Sky Mello. Batting eighth playing shortstop, Bobby Wallace. And on the mound batting ninth, Urban Shocker. And let's take a look here at the Washington Senators starting lineup. We got leading off playing center field, Sam Rice. Batting second playing shortstop, Cecil Travis. Batting third playing left, Goose Goslin. Batting fourth playing third base, Harmon Killebrew. Batting fifth playing right field, Hani Manshi. Batting sixth playing first base, Mickey Vernon. Batting seventh playing second base, Buddy Meyer. Batting eighth doing the catching, Muddy Rule. Batting ninth doing the pitching is George MOGRIDGE. Let's get down here to the field and get this game started. Alrighty, and we got Baby Doll Jacobson leading off here for the Orioles. He's batting .345 on the year, and he has one home run and 4 RBIs. George MOGRIDGE is his second start. He doesn't have a record. He's 0-0 with a 1.5 ERA. And here's the pitch to Baby Doll. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Travis has got it. He'll fire over to first for out number one. Johnny Tobin's up now. Jack. And he is batting .471, one homer and 5 RBIs. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field with one out here for Baltimore. George Sisler comes to the plate now. And Sisler is batting .188 on the year. He's got no homers and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be hit down the first. 61 on a 4. 61 on a 4 is probably going to be fielding column 3. And now it'll be column number 2. And that's going to be a single in the right field. That's going to be first and second now with one out. And up to the plate comes Williams. And Williams is batting .385 on the year with one homer and 5 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this one. See how far this ball is going to travel. And that ball is blasted into right field. And it's going to roll around, and that's going to be a bases clearing triple. And Baltimore takes a 2-0 lead here. Time for first and runner down at third now. Still only one out. George is struggling here. And Harlan Cliff is up, batting a .141 with no homers and no RBI. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. That's going to be a double down the left field line, and that's going to score another run. Just like that, the Orioles are up by 3. Now runner down at second. And they're all over George here. And Rick Farley's up now, batting .267, no homers and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to second. That should be fielding column 2, I bet. They ought to be fielding column 1. And the runner with 1 out. That'll be a pop up down the third. Killebrew's got it. Makes the catch for out number 2. And Sky Mello's up now. Mello's 0 for 3 on the season. And that's going to be against the right lefty. That'll be a 13 on a 8. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Meyer at second. He'll fire over to first. That'll end the inning, but the Orioles score 3. We get to the bottom of the first with the Senators coming up the bat. We got Rice, Travis, and Goslin. And Rice is batting .312 on the year. No homers and an RBI. We'll be going up against Urban Shocker. This is his second appearance of the year. He's 1-0 with an ERA of 3. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Wallace has got it. He fires over to George for out number 1. And Cecil Travis is up now. Travis batting a .169, 1 homer and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be against the righty. It's going to make him a 14. That's going to be a fly ball in the left field. That'll be out number 1. So 2 up and 2 down here for Washington. And here comes the Goose, Goslin, batting .361 homer and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Baby Doll for out number 3. Washington goes down in order. We get to the top of the second. 3-0 Baltimore. We'll have Wallace, Shocker, and then our lineup will turn over and back to Jacobson. And Wallace batting .240 on the year, no homers and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a fly ball out to left field for out number 1. And here comes Urban up now. Shocker is 0 for 1 on the year. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. 2 fly balls, 2 outs. Back to the top of the order in Jacobson. And he grounded out to short his first time up. And that's going to be against the lefty. Make him a 11. And that is going to be a ground ball down to Killebrew. He's up with it. Nice play by Killebrew over to Mickey at first for out number 3. Orioles go down in order. To the bottom of the second we go. Killebrew, Manshee, and Vernon do up here. Killebrew's batting .250 with a homer and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes out. Be the first strikeout of the game for Shocker. And up to the plate now steps Hani Manshee. Batting .222, no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a 40. That'll be a rare play, a 61 on the 40. And that'll be a 10. Ball be hit down the short. Wallace is down there. And that'll be a nice play by Wallace. He fires over to George for out number 2. 2 up and 2 down here. And that'll bring up Mickey Vernon now. And the Mick, he's batting a .160, no homers and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. He turns on that one, drives it in the right for a 2-out base hit. see Washington's upcoming schedule. They got one more game against Baltimore. Detroit comes to town for 2. And then it's on the road to Chicago. Buddy Myers up now, batting .091. No homers and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. George has got it. Tosses it over to Shocker. And that'll end the inning. Washington strands 1. We go to the third. It's still 3-0 Baltimore. And Jack Colvin's up now. He singled and came around to score his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. Mickey will take it himself. Step on the bag for out number 1. And George Sisler's up now. George singled and came around to score his first time up. That's going to be another ground ball down the first and another out. 2 ground balls, 2 outs. Ken Williams up now. And Williams tripled and drove in 2 of the first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes him out this time. Orioles go down 1, 2, 3. The bottom of the third we go. The bottom part of the order due up. Rue, MOGRIDGE, and back to the top of the order and Rice. And Muddy is batting .286 on the year. No homers and 2 RBIs. And that'll be a ground ball down the short. Wallace has got it. Fires over to first for out number 1. Here comes George now. He's 0 for 2 on the year. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Mello at second. That'll be 2 quick outs. Back to the top of the order we go in Rice. And Rice, he grounded out to short his first time up. And that'll be a fly ball out the left. And the Senators go down 1, 2, 3 to the top of the fourth now. We got Cliff, Farrell, and Mello due up here. And Cliff, he doubled and drove in a run his first time up. And that's going to be a base on balls. That'll be the first walk given up by George. Farrell's up now. Can they get the ground ball with the catcher and get the double play? What Washington's looking for here. And Farrell, he popped up the third his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. Rice has got it for out number 1. Here comes Guy up now, Mello. And he grounded out to second his first time up. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes on him. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And that's going to be another fly ball out to Rice. 2 fly balls to center, 2 outs. Still down at first. For Mr. Wallace. And Bobby flew out the left his first time up. And that's going to be against the lefty, a 14 and a 9. That's going to be a single infield hit for Wallace. And that'll make it first and second now for Shocker. At least I get the pitcher out of the way. But you know, on this channel, we don't need no stinking DH. As Dave Lando joins us. See if Shocker can deliver here and give them a 4-0 lead. He's 0 for 1. He flew out the left. And he squares this one up, folks, because we don't need a stinking DH. That ball is hit into the gap in right field. So Cliff will score. Will Wallace with 2 outs here. And 52 in the left fielder, right? Yeah, he's a straightaway, so I'll be hitting the left field. And let's see here. 51. 51 in the left field. Deuce has got a good arm out there. Wallace a 12, a 30. 2 outs, they're sending him. And a 56 or lower, he's safe. And he's in there. That's a 2 RBI double by the pitcher Shocker. And just like that, they double their pleasure, double their fun. Well, no, they don't double the lead. It was already 3. Now it's 5-0. Thanks to the RBI double. Now we got Baby Doll up. He is grounded out to short and third. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. And he'll fire. I guess it's to make sure it's a ground ball. Yep, ground ball down the second. He fires over to first, but the damage is done. 2 RBI double by Shocker. Makes it 5-0 Baltimore. To the top of the bottom of the fourth, we got Travis, Goslin, and Killebrew up here. Travis flew out the left his first time up. And that's going to be a base on balls. The Senators need some base runners down by 5. Here comes Goose Goslin up now. He flew out to center his first time up. And that's going to be against the righty. 16. 1 and 8. That is going to be a pop up down the third. And that'll be out number 1. Here comes Killebrew. Let's see if Killebrew can do some damage here. He is 0 for 1, struck out the door. And that's going to be against the righty. 19. And that's going to be a single infield hit. Killebrew. Not much speed, but he legs it out. So we got first and second now for Heine. Man shoot deliver here, folks. Get the Senators on the board here. He grounded out the shortest first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. Let's see here. 35. 1 and 2. That should be fielding column 1. And it is. Does he turn 2 here? Yep, he fires down the second. Mello's got it. Over to first. That's a 1-4-3 double play. That ends the inning. And the Senators strand 1. We go to the top of the 5th, and it's 5-0 Baltimore. We got Tobin, Sisler, and Williams due up here for Baltimore. Tobin, he's 1 for 2, singled and grounded out. And that's going to be a single in the right field. Lead off single for the Orioles. Trying to add to this lead. For Sisler's up now. And Sisler's 1 for 2. Singled and grounded out. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. They'll get the lead runner out at second. They won't get the double play. Sisler's down at first now. See Baltimore's upcoming schedule. They got one more game here in Washington. And they travel up I-95 to take on the White Sox. Then they'll travel out to Detroit. So runner down at first, 1 out now for Ken Williams. He tripled and drove in 2. Struck out his last time up. And that's going to be against the righty. A lefty rather. Be a 16. And that is going to be a infield hit for Ken Williams. So just like that, Orioles are threatening again. And Clifton's up. No, Clift. Runners at first and second. 1 out. Washington needs a double play bad. He has doubled, walked, and driven in a run and came in to score. And that ball is hit high. That ball is hit far. That ball is hit hard in the left field. And Clifton's going to motor around second. That's a 2 RBI triple. Just like that, it's 7-0 Baltimore. And George is getting beat around. They'll get the bullpen up now. And Rick Farrell's up. They'll have to bring the infield in now with a runner down at third. They're down by 7 already. This game might be done. Stick a fork in them, they're done. Rick Farrell 0 for 2. He's popped up and ground and thrown out. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. 31 on an 8. That should be fielding column number 1. And it is. And with the infield in, that's going to be a single up the middle. That gets through. That'll drive in another run. Farrell comes through. And Mello's up now. Runner down at first. It's only 1 out. And here's the pitch to him. That's going to be a ground ball down the short. And they'll get the runner out at second. That'll be a 6-4 put out. Now you got 2 down. And Bobby Wallace up to bat now. And he's 1 for 2. He's flown out and singled. And that's going to be against the righty at 7-16. That's going to be another infield hit. Wallace gets aboard here. And Urban's already driven in 2. He is 1 for 2 with a 2 RBI double. Here's the pitch to Shopper. And that's going to be a fly ball out to left field. That'll end the inning. But Baltimore scores 3, makes it 8-0. We go to the bottom of the 5th. We got Vernon, Meyer, and Muddy Rule up. Mickey's 1 for 1. He singled his first time up. And that's going to be a base hit in the center field. Maybe not. Let's see here. Against the righty. 17. And nope, that's going to be a fly ball. Fly ball out the center. Nice job by Baby Dog. Robs him of a base hit. Here comes Buddy up now. And Buddy's 0 for 1, grounded out to first. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. A little easier catch this time for Jacobson. 2 down. And Muddy's up now. And Muddy is 0 for 1. He grounded out to short. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. George takes it himself. And that'll be a 1-2-3 inning. At the top of the 6th we go. Top of the order due up here. Jacobson, Tobin, and Sisler. And that's going to be a double in the right field. Baby Doll's aboard here with a leadoff double. Tobin up now. And Tobin is 2 for 3. He is singled twice, grounded out. And Tobin gets a hold of this. They're just teeing off on George. He's due to lead off. That ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is going, folks. Home run, Tobin. Makes it 10-0, good buddy. Crushed here today. George Sisler's up. He's 1 for 3. He has singled, grounded out, and reached on the fielder's choice. And that's going to be a single in the right field. Still nobody out here in the 6th. Ken Williams is up. And here's the pitch to Williams. He's 2 for 3, a triple and 2 RBIs, singled and struck out. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes on him. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And that's what the doctor ordered. That ball's hit down the second, over to short, over to first. 4-6-3 double play. The Senators needed that. No, I believe this game is out of hand. Cliff's up now. He is 2 for 2. He has doubled, tripled, and driven in 3. And he has walked also. And that's going to be another base on balls. Harlan's down at first. Barrel's up now. And Rick, he is 1 for 3. An RBI single. And that's going to be a fly ball in the infield. He's calling for it. Killebrew's calling for it. Makes the catch. And that'll be it. But 2 more runs score. And that is a 10-0 lead. And that'll be it for George. We'll have a pitch hitter for him. Then back to the top of the order. See who's going to come off the bench here. And Clyde's coming off the bench. Alrighty. And Clyde's 1 for 1 on the year. Here's the pitch one. And he's going to be against the righty. 16. That's going to be a fly ball in the center field for out number 1. Back to the top of the order we go here in Rice. Senators would at least like to get on board here. As Rice is, 0 for 2 today. He has grounded out and flown out. And that's going to be a fly ball out to left field. That'll be out number 2. And Travis is up now. Travis gets something going. He's walked and flew out the left. And that's going to be another 14 fly ball. This one out to right field. That'll end the inning. 3 fly balls, 3 outs. See who's going to come in here to pitch. Got the righty, and a righty. And looks like Porterfield's going to come out of the bullpen. Porterfield will come on out. And this will be Porterfield's 3rd appearance of the year. He's 0-1. He's given up 1 unearned run and took a loss for it. So you got Mello, Wallace, and Shocker, the bottom part of the order up here. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. That'll be out number 1. 1 up and 1 down here in the 7th. Wallace is up now. And Bobby's 2 for 3. And that's going to be against the righty. 16. That's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Rice has got it for out number 2. 2 up and 2 down. Here's the man. He's done it all today. He's doubled in 2 and is pitching a shutout. And that's going to be 15. That'll be a fly ball out the right field, and that'll end the inning. 1, 2, 3 goes the Orioles. We go to the 7th inning stretch, 10-0. Baltimore. You got Gosling, Killebrew, and Honeydew up here. And Goslin hits that ball high. He hits that ball far. He hits that ball gone. Deuce Goslin with a homer. Deuce Washington on the board. No shutout here. That'll bring up Killebrew now. He's 1 for 2, singled and struck out. And that's going to be a comebacker to Urban. He fires over to Sisler for out number 1. See if Heine can do something here. Manchu is 0 for 2, grounded out twice to short and to the pitcher. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field, and they're starting to figure Shocker out. Might be too little too late, down by 9. Mickey Vernon up now. Mickey is 1 for 2. He's singled and flown out to center. And that ball's hit hard. Let's see how far Mickey's going to hit this one. And that ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is going. 2 homers in the inning, folks. And it is now 10-3. Senators ain't giving up hope yet. As Urban's getting hit around here. That'll get some bullpen action up now. And Buddy's up. He's 0 for 2, grounded out and thrown out. And that'll be against the 17. That'll be a infield hit. And just like this, these Senators now are starting to get to him. All this with 1 out, and Muddy's up now. And Muddy is 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice, short and first. And that's the old dreaded ground ball down the short. Taylor-made double play, folks. That's going to be the old 6-4-3 double play. But the Senators score 3. Cut the lead to 7. So we go to the top of the 8th. Got the top of the order due up here for Baltimore. Jacobson, Tobin, and Sisler. And Baby Doll's 1 for 4 with a double. Came around the score. And that's going to be a base on balls. So Baby Doll walks on down to first. And Tobin's up now. Nobody out. Runner on first. And he's 3 for 4 with a homer and 2 RBIs. And that ball is hit into down the second. Nice play down there by Buddy. And a 53 and an 8. I might be fielding column 2. Just barely fielding column 2. They'll get the runner out at second. Now there's 1 down, runner at first for George Sisler. Can't afford to give up any runs here. Sisler 2 for 4. He has singled twice, grounded out and flown out. Sorry, reached on a fielder's choice. That's going to be a base on balls. Sisler walks on down to first, Tobin down to second. To say, Porterfield can't afford to give up any runs here. Here's Ken Williams. He's 2 for 4. He's tripled. He has singled. He struck out and grounded into a double play. And that's going to be hit down the third. Can Killebrew go around the horn here is the question. And that's going to be fielding column 3. And they'll get the runner out at second. And not an S runner, so that'll just be a 5-4 put out. Now we got first and third. 2 outs now for Clift. And Clift, He's 2 for 2. He's walked twice. He's doubled and tripled, looking for a single or a home run here. And that ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is going. Maybe. We got to check here. 16. And yep, that ball is out of here. It makes it over the left field wall, folks. And Clift is a single away from the cycle here. And that gets 3 runs right back. And that'll bring up Farrell. As you can see, Baltimore is 4 and 3. They have 38 runs, scored 4 homers, haven't stolen a base or been caught. Washington was also 4 and 3, scored 24 runs, hit 8 homers, stolen 1 base, and have been caught once. Here's Rick, 1 for 4 with an RBI, and that'll be a ground ball down to Killebrew. He fires over to first for out number 2. Out number 3, rather. That'll end the inning. But Baltimore scores 3 on the homer. We'll have a pitch hitter here for Porterfield. And then we'll have the top of the order due up. See who's going to come off the bench here and hit. And Buck Harris is going to come off the bench here. Try to get on base. And Harris is batting .500. He's 1 for 2 on the year. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Urban. Fires over to George. That'll be out number 1. One down here. Back to the top of the order in Rice. In Rice, he is 0 for 3 today. He is grounded out. Flown out the left twice. That'll be a base on balls. They're going to need a lot of runners here down by 10. Cecil Travis is up now. And Cecil's 0 for 2. He's walked, flown out to the left and right. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes on Travis. 2-0 pitch. And that's hit right down the mellow. And he fires over to second, over to first. 4-6-3 double play. That ends the threat. To the top of the 9th we go. Orioles up by 10. Bottom part of the order due up. So he's going to come out here and pitch. We got the righties up next. And Newsom will come off out of the bullpen here. God darn it. Dropping cards. Something going here. Okay. So, Bobo will come out of the bullpen. This will be his 3rd appearance. He's 0-1 with a 6.75 ERA. He'll be going up against the bottom part of the order. Mello, Wallace, and Shocker. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Rice has got it for out number 1. Here comes Wallace. And he's 2 for 4. He's flown out to center and left. And got 2 singles. And that's going to be hit down to short. That's going to be an E6. So Wallace gets a board here with an error. Shocker's going to try to bunt him over here. Getting him in scoring position. He's 1 for 4 with a double. And that's going to be a base on balls. He tries to lay down a bunt and they walk him, folks. Not a good day for these Washington Senators pitchers. That's for sure. So first and second, walk the pitcher. Baby Doll's up. He's 1 for 4 with a double. And that's going to be hit down to third. Killebrew's down there. And we'll get the runner out at second, but that'll be it. 5-4 put out. So 2 outs now for Tobin. Runners at first and third. Jack will take his time, let Urban get back to the dugout to set down, and here's the pitch to him. He's 3 for 5 with a homer and 2 RBIs. And that'll be a 7 minus 4, be a 12. And that is going to be a single in the left field as Ken Castro joins us. And that's going to drive in another run. Makes it 11-3. And that'll bring up Sisler now with first and second and 2 outs. The Senators are getting pounded. Yeah, exactly, Ken. Yep, they're pounding these Senators. Sisler's 2 for 4. He's singled twice, walked, and grounded out and reached on a fielder's choice. And against the 10, that's going to be another single in the left field. And with 2 outs, Jacobson with his speed is going to score easily. Tobin will stop at second. And we still got first and second. And now it is 15-3. Ken Williams is up. He is 2 for 5. He's tripled and driven in 2 runs. Here's the pitch to Ken. And that'll finally end this inning. It's a ground ball down the second. Sorry, that's a pop-up down the second. That'll end the inning. 2 more runs score. Makes it 15-3. We go to the bottom of the 9th. We got Gosling, Killebrew, and Nancy due up here. Deuce is 1 for 3 with a homer. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Tobin and right for out number 1. He started for the Senators. Old George McGridge. He started. Yeah, Urban's went the distance. Hal Urban had a 2-run double because we don't need no stinking DH. Now you got Killebrew up. He is struck out and singled and grounded out. And Killebrew gets a hold of this. Killebrew's not giving up yet. And that ball is hit in the right field. Tobin gets over, cuts it off. Down by 12. Killebrew's not going nowhere. You can see Baltimore's average. They're batting .261, on base percentage of .314, slugging of .431, OPS of .747. And Washington is batting .275, on base .335, slugging .383, OPS of .718. Now you got Hani up here. He's 1 for 3 today. 1 down, a runner at first. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes. Can he deliver here with a 2-0 pitch? And nope. That's going to be hit back to the mound 44 and a 2 should be fielding column 1. And it is. And that's going to be a ground ball. He's going to spin, fire down the second. Wall is covering, and that'll be out number 2. So Mickey's up. Last chance here. He is 2 for 3. He's got a 2-run homer. And that's going to be a pop-up behind home plate. Rick throws the mask off, makes the catch, and that's your ball game, folks. And it's 15-3. If I look at this score, box score here, sure, what a game. Orioles just pounded them. Poor Senators. They're going to struggle all year, that's for sure. Oh, let's go back and look at the star here. Orioles. Clift drives in 6 runs, 3 for 3 with 6 RBIs. He's had a double, a triple, and a home run. Look at that here in the box score. Jacobson, 1 for 5, and look at this, Tobin, 4 for 6. Sisler, 3 for 5. Williams, 2 for 6. And Clift, 3 for 3 with 2 walks. Like I say, he had a double, a triple, and a homer. Just missing the single. Kind of got a cycle in with the 2 walks. GG Pete's, what a game. What a game. 6 RBI. Then you got Wallace. He was 2 for 5. Like I say, Urban was 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs. The only person that didn't get a hit for this Orioles was old Mello. Sky went 0 for 5. 9 for 14 with runners in scoring position. 7 left on base. And the only bright spot for the Senators was Goslin and Vernon both had homers. 0 for 1 with runners in scoring position. Left 3 men on base. Urban goes the distance, picks up his second win. 9 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, walked 2, struck out 1. Gave up 2 homers, though. Like I say, George, he goes to 0-1, 6 innings, 14 hits, 10 runs, walked 2, struck out 1, gave up a homer. Porterfield comes in, gives up a homer, 3 runs, walked 2. And Newsom comes in, gives up 2 hits, 2 unearned runs, and walked 1. Let's take a look here at the standings and the leaderboard here. It's early still. I still like looking at them. The Yankees are now a half a game up on the Orioles and Indians. Tigers are a game and a half back, along with the Senators now. The Red Sox are 2 back. White Sox 2.5, and the A's 3.5. Ted Williams leading the American League and Major Leagues with a .563 average. Lou and Babe Ruth tied with 5 home runs and 11 RBIs. Of course, pitching wise, nobody's got ERAs as he was leading the league. And Urban just joined Jack Chisbro with the only 2 pitchers with 2 wins. Moss, Page, and Zizek with 2 saves. And Lou Gehrig's taking over the MVP lead. And the best pitcher still right now, Jack Chisbro. And the second game of this series and the last game will have Hoyt Wilhelm going up against the Dutchman, old Dutch Leonard. That should be a good matchup. See what happens there. I want to thank Ken Castro for stopping by. What time is it? I don't know if I'll do another game tonight or not. It's 10:20. I want to thank Ken for stopping by and Dave Lando. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell for reminders. And on your way out of Washington, going up I-95, hit that like button and leave a comment. Till next time, y'all take care. Yeah, stats are starting to look good, aren't they, Ken? Yep. Yeah, especially once you get through this month. It'll really look good.